Imagine hiring a thief to protect your property or a fraudster to develop advanced security systems. Sounds absurd, right? But what if I told you that casinos have done just that and actually made it work? Well, my name is Polly and I'm here to tell you how casinos have done it the best way, using the cheaters' techniques to provide players with the coolest protection mechanisms ever seen. So, remembering the old saying, if you can't fight it, make it work for you, let's discover how some of the best minds in the casino industry started out as cheaters themselves. The first notable example in our story is Bill Zander. The talented Mr. Zander began his career as a professional card counter and casino cheat in the 1970s when he was close to his 30s. And of course, during this time, Bill honed his techniques in the biggest casinos in Las Vegas and New Jersey, which, as you know, are among the top gambling destinations in the United States. So he spent years learning the ins and outs of the casino industry, studying the behavior of players, dealers, and casino managers. A decade after, at 80s, Mr. Zander raised the stakes even higher and started to work as a casino dealer and pit boss to gain the most profound understanding of how the games were run. Oh boy, what a risky guy. From that point on in his particular career, he got to know almost every possible combination to make the most money in a single night. I can't even imagine how he managed to combine these two sides of the same coin, working and cheating in the same casino. It doesn't seem easy at all. What do you guys think? Would you be able to handle that level of stress? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Bill's transformation from a casino cheater to a game protection consultant was a long and challenging process. After years of cheating in casinos, Zander was eventually caught and faced serious consequences, including legal trouble and difficulty finding employment in the industry. Do you think it somehow stopped him from being an undividable part of the casino industry? Bill loved this industry so badly that he couldn't imagine himself from being a part of it. So right at this point, story is changing, and in the 1990s, Mr. Zander came across with another bold idea. He founded his own consulting firm, and that's right, it was a real success again. He called it Bill Zander & Associates, and offered consulting and training services to casinos all around the world. From the United States to Canada and Australia and Asia, everyone wanted their piece of cake to get the best part of Bill's unusual and very effective experience to protect their own casinos. Mr. Zander also wrote several books like Casinology, The Art of Managing Casino Games, or How to Detect Casino Cheating at Blackjack, sharing his insights and knowledge with others in the industry. But to every rule, there is an exception. Often people can find another way to make the most of their talents in a perfectly legal way. And that exception is Edward Thorp. Mr. Thorp is far from being a typical casino cheater. In fact, he's a brilliant mathematician and professor who gained worldwide recognition in the 1960s for his book, Beat the Dealer. This groundbreaking work revolutionized the game of blackjack and introduced the concept of card counting. And that's where we start digging a little deeper. Edward Thorp was never caught or hired by the casino. In fact, Thorp's card counting strategy was legal at the time, and he used it to win an impressive amount of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, by playing blackjack in his own scientific way. Oh, so that's how math can help people in their lives? Now I get it. Well, the casinos weren't so happy that Thorp had invented this strategy, and of course they were far from happy when the book Beat the Dealer saw the world. Interesting, guys. What would you do if you were a casino? Drop your comments below. Eventually, casinos became very aware of this perfectly legal strategy and took many steps to prevent card counters from playing. They would shuffle the decks more frequently and take other measures to make it more difficult to keep track of the cards. So we can say that by publishing this book, Thorp really made a big change in the gambling industry and saved the casinos millions of dollars. Thorp's work helped change the way casinos approached all methods of player protection. They realized that they need to improve their surveillance and develop new ways to detect card counters. Thorp's insights helped casinos understand the importance of using mathematics and statistics to analyze gaming data and identify unusual betting patterns. As a result, Mr. Thorp's math classes are still fondly remembered by the entire gambling community. And back to the formal cheaters. Another bad guy who went the way of the good guy is Richard Marcus. Marcus is known for developing several specific cheating techniques that he used to win huge amounts of money in casinos. One of his most famous techniques was called the Savannah, which involved placing a bet on a small denomination chip and then switching the larger bet for a smaller one after winning. This allowed him to trick the casinos into paying out more than he was owed. Let's call it his career, it was developing very fast. But Richard was dreaming about something even bigger and scaled. He wanted to get the most of the industry and leave a bigger impact than just being a skillful cheater. He decided to know what he really was made of. But how? He decided to challenge himself from another perspective. That's how he came across the idea of turning all his attention and skills to help casinos to catch people like him and improve casino security measures as much as it was possible. This unexpected turnout led him to start running his own consulting company called Marcus Investigations, which specialized in identifying and preventing cheating at casinos. He also authored several books on casino security, including American Roulette, How I Turned the Odds Upside Down, My Wild 25-Year Ride Ripping Off the World's Casinos. Marcus worked with casinos around the world, and his expertise was in high demand. He helped casinos develop new and improved surveillance systems and trained staff to detect and prevent cheating. In recognition of his contributions to the casino industry, Marcus was inducted into the Casino Legends Hall of Fame in 2012. Last but not least, I'm going to tell you a story about another interesting character named Ronald Dale Harris. And before we start, let me ask you one more question. What would you do if you found a secret rabbit hole in the casino security system that allowed you to get as much money as you wanted? Leave your comment below and let's continue. So, back to Mr. Harris. Dale was a computer programmer who worked for the Nevada Gaming Control Board. And wow, what a surprise! This agency was responsible for regulating and overseeing the state's casinos. Yes, guys, you heard me right. Harris had access to the source code for the random number generator, RNG, used in slot machines, and yes, he used that knowledge to create a program that could predict the next outcome of a slot machine based on its RNG algorithm. To quote Einstein, if you know where to find what you need, you know more than enough. Harris and his accomplice Reed McNeil have used this rabbit hole quite successfully to cheat several casinos out of thousands of dollars. But when you cheat, you have to be careful because nothing lasts forever in this changing world. And as a result, they were both finally caught in 1996. Harris was sentenced to 7 years in prison and banned from ever working in the gaming industry again. And you know that there are actually some really cool documentaries and TV shows about Ronald Harris and the whole world of casino security and cheating. It's true, one of my favorite episodes is from this awesome TV show called Breaking Vegas. They focus entirely on Harris and his crazy software exploits, and it's just so interesting to see how he pulled it off. And there is also this really cool documentary called Slotbuster that explores the whole world of slot machine cheating and security. It's really fascinating stuff, and I highly recommend you guys check it out. So the next time you visit a casino, remember to say a big thank you to all the cheaters who work so hard to keep us all calm and let people play fair. And who knows, maybe some of the security experts you see at the casino you visit started out as cheaters themselves. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, subscribe to this channel. There are so many more interesting stories to come. You will be impressed. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to click the notification bell and see you next time. Bye!